On my iPod, thumping on the subs in the back of my crew cab. Redneck rocking like a rock star.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Ford Ranger XLT Plus. Oh, it just gave an OK sign from Ford Malaysia. Thank you very much, Ford Malaysia, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to review this wonderful machine that we've been waiting for quite long, but at last we got it. Thank you very much. So as you can see, this is the front end of Ford Ranger XLT Plus. Okay, so when we look at Ford Ranger, there are many variants of Ford Ranger. So you've seen the normal Ranger, you've seen the XL, you've seen the XLT, which is a 2.26 speed. But here we have the XLT Plus, which was released last year, October. And this car runs on a 2.0 litre single turbo inline 4 engine. It is one of the new engines created by Ford Motor Company, which is more fuel efficient and has more torque. So the torque that comes out from this is 420 Newton meters of torque. So you have a 10-speed gearbox, which lets you achieve that amount of torque and control that amount of the car. So it's a wonderful ride. But however, one thing I noticed about Ford, the Ranger and its predecessors have pretty much the same look. If you look at the XLT previously before this, you will find that the front end is pretty much similar. This grille has been changed slightly in this variant compared to the previous one, but we still think it looks nice. And with some upgrades with the lights, you have HID headlights, and the day running lights are awesome. So other than that, there's nothing much to shout about. It's a Ranger, it's a truck. It's gonna carry you around. It's wonderful. So let's take you around for a tour around the car. So before we take you around the side of the car, you've seen the front, which is very mellow for a Ranger. Unlike the Ford Raptor, which is tough, but this is equally tough, in a cuter way maybe. So, one thing I really like about this car is the hood. If you look at this, nice lines. They've got some pattern on the hood instead of having it flat, boring. It's something nice. So, I like it. I personally like it. Ford, you did a good job on this. So, yeah. What are you rolling on? If it's the previous XLT, it's on 16-inch wheels with thicker tires. Now you're on 18-inch wheels with Bridgestone Dweller tires, so for you to go dwelling. But one thing, the whole side of the car looks pretty much similar to the previous XLT. They made some change here. This logo used to have 2.26 speed, but now it's just had Ranger. But they've added a limited here. Yes, you are driving a limited edition Ranger. Okay? Your side mirrors are equally big. If you come around the side, they made some changes on the side steps, which is wider, so it's a bit easier for you to come up. And if you come around the side, the same thing, you have nice wonderful chrome everywhere to complement. Oh, did I tell you? This is called Frozen White. No, it's not taken from the cartoon Frozen. It's just Frozen White. Okay? So come around the back, you'll see this nice railing right here, which comes standard with this car, and it gives it a bit more of a tough look, a very masculine look, in line with what the Ranger is. I'm going to take you over the back, but not through this. I'm going to jump down and take you through the back like civilized persons. Come on around the back. If you look around the back, before that, the 4x4 logo has got a little bit of a facelift, which looks nicer. It's thicker, it's fatter. So the lights are pretty much the same like the previous XLT and any other Ranger. But one thing very good that this time Ford has done is to deal with the problem of heavy tailgates. This is so light. You want to see how light it is? That's how light it is. Why? Because you have a torsion beam that helps to mitigate the problem of heavy tailgates. You want to see it again? You want to see it again? Wow, engineering right there. Should I just take a nap here on the truck bed because it's so comfortable, it's so nice. But you know what? I'll take a nap and in a few minutes time I'll take you into the car to have a look at what's on the inside. So bye. Can you see that smile on my face? You know why? After a good nap on the truck bed, I'm going to take you to the inside. So come. Welcome to the interior of the Ford Ranger XLT Plus, and what you will notice is, just like any other Ford model previously, the dashboard is pretty much the same. The cockpit looks pretty much the same in terms of design, but it's more refined this time. Ford has done some refining on the interior. So, but generally, if you're a Ford Ranger driver, you will find things much the same. So as you can see, your display panel right here is pretty much standard. You have analog and digital controls. You have two screens on this side to control different functions of the car. This is your infotainment system, where you have the latest Ford Sync 3, which is the latest update in the series, in the Sync series. So you get pretty much, let's go to home, your radio control, and then you can adjust your climate. Okay, regarding climate, your aircon is dual climate, passenger and driver, so you can control it individually as per most of the cars nowadays in the market. You can come a bit lower. Your controls here pretty much the same, standard buttons for your air condition control, your demister, and then your volume control, your tuner. And if you come a bit lower, you will see this section right here where you have your traction control and your hill descent assist. Okay, if this is a Wildtrak or a Raptor, you will have the semi-autonomous parallel parking function right here, which actually helps you do parallel parking if you're quite weak at it. Normally happens when you drive a sedan car and suddenly you buy a truck, you have a little bit of problems with that. So Ford, being a leader in this kind of technology to give comfort and a little more safety, they've come up with that and put it in the higher range Rangers, which is the Raptor and also the Wildtrak. So as you come behind, this is your four-wheel drive control for high, for low, and your gear. This is the best part of the car. This car has a 10-speed automatic gearbox. 10 speeds. Okay, when we look at 10 speeds, what is the advantage of having 10 speeds is you save a lot of fuel. Your engine is generally low revving, so you can be at maybe about 100 kilometers and your rev stays below 2, but your gear is at gear 8 or 9, which means the gear ratios are a bit shorter but better. And you have Tiptronic, which is not here, which is not pedal shifters, but you have these two buttons right here for you to change your gears manually. And other than that, your center console is pretty much the same. You have two cup holders here, you have a 12-volt socket here, USB here, and here your push start button, and nice big compartment here for your phone or any sort of equipment. Your handbrake's pretty much the same. You don't get your foot handbrake, you get still your handbrake. And other than that, let's go on to the steering. This is the classic Ranger steering you will get right here. Only thing is you have controls on both sides. For both the screens, you have your rev limiter and your cruise control to set, reset. And on the left hand side here, you have your volume control, answering your calls, changing your songs, and whatever functions that are for this screen right here. If you go a little bit more to the right, you will find your side mirrors to adjust your side mirrors, your controls to close your side mirror, okay, to pop the hood, and your controls for your lighting. You will have your beam settings, whether you want it high or lower, okay, and you have pretty much everything is standard like any other Ranger. But if you notice, the finishes are better, a bit more refined. I like this finish right here. Your icon controls has a bit of chrome trim here and there, and you have your door lock buttons both on the driver and the passenger's door. Okay, you have a bit of something like a matte finish right here. The leather work is nice. The stitchings are really good on the seats. You get leather seats. Sadly, you don't get electric seats for this model, although it's for the driver or the passenger. You don't get electric seats. Maybe Ford, you would like to look into that, put at least electric seats for the driver. But as usual, you still get lumbar support on your seats, and pretty much good leg room, and your rear view mirror is huge. You have your sunglasses storage here, very nice. Feedback from previous Ranger users, what they've said is normally this section always fails in the older version of Ford, and it always hangs off. So they've done some changes in this. This looks more sturdy, it holds up better, and you have your interior lighting right here, beautifully done. Your sunshade. Okay, coming to the audio, you have 6 speakers, 2 at the back, 2 in the front at the bottom, 2 at the front at the top. Wonderful comparing to the old Rangers. The sound system is pretty superb, crisp. The bass is nice, it's wonderful. It feels like you've tuned up your audio system, but this is standard with the car. It's nice. Safety wise, you have 6 airbags as usual. Ford, you don't need to think about them compromising on safety, because safety is always top for Ford. So when it comes to safety, it's one of the safest pickup trucks on the road, definitely. And other than that, we can look at when you sit, the comfort to the driver is actually very important. I like the ride height. The ride height is just beautiful. I can peer out and I can look at the front of my car, so I know my stopping distance. It's beautiful. And pretty much, yeah, so this is what you will get in the Ford Ranger XLT Plus. Got a nice finish on top here, so wonderful, beautifully done, Ford, good job. So you already saw what the front of the car is from a driver's point of view. So we've talked about the dashboard, about the Sync 3 system and all. It's wonderful. So in a driver's perspective, this car is definitely wonderful. Safety features, everything is nice. But let's take you to the back, where you will actually see it from the point of view of a passenger. Generally, I've driven a few pickup trucks in the past, and I hate to sit at the back. It can be any model, any make for that matter. I hate to sit at the back. The backrest is always just so straight, and I don't even have leg room. By the time I end up somewhere after 2 hours, I don't feel like doing anything. I'm like a condemned person. I'm dead. So the best thing about this car is you have wonderful leg room here. It's good, it's comfortable. I can move around. And the best thing is this: the back, if you realize, is not as straight as the previous Ford Ranger or the previous models. It's slightly inclined, so it gives you a more comfortable feel. It feels like a normal car. So what happens when you incline the seat a bit, when you give it a bit of angle, you have a bit more storage space at the back. Actually, if you pull down the seat, you'll actually see the storage space at the back is quite big. You can put your umbrella, you can put a tripod maybe if you're doing photography. You can do a few stuff. The finish is nice. The seats, the stitches, improvement. There is an armrest with cup holders, so I can chill and lounge. Maybe have a drink. The door compartments are bigger. So although this is a very small bottle, but it's bigger. It's nice. Much needed drink. You have a 12-volt socket here, and other than that, pretty much standard. But definitely, rest assured, you will enjoy the back passenger seat of this pickup truck. It's wonderful. It's great. Good job, Ford. So don't we all love to do this? Pull the tailgate down, shake our legs and sit here. If you didn't realize, when I was talking about the bag, you have cup holders here and here. But actually this also functions as cup holder. Not many people know this, but yeah. The other day when I was having a few beers with a bunch of friends in a Ford Ranger, we actually put our beers here and we actually had a really good time. So to conclude this video, I would just like to say that for this model, the XLT Plus, Ford has done pretty much a lot of revamp and a lot of refining on the previous Rangers. What they have done here is absolutely wonderful. The drive is comfortable. The suspensions, although being leaf springs, are much comfortable. You don't feel the bumps. It's a smooth drive, saves a lot of fuel. We got the car with full tank. We've been going up and down Sepang, Klang, PJ, Sepang, Klang, PJ, KL. So it's been great. The consumption is absolutely wonderful. We still got a lot of fuel. We got to head down to KL now to do more work on this car, and it's great. It's a good job. The 10-speed automatic gearbox is wonderful. The new refined engine, the Panther engine, is great. So in conclusion, the car is about 125,000, which I think is okay. It's pretty much good for a model you get like this. It's got a good build. It's wonderful, and I have nothing much to say. It's just a good ride. If you're going for a pickup, I would say go for this. This is good mid-range. It's like driving a normal car. It's like driving a commercial car. At the same time, having the comfort of your passenger car, your sedan. So it's a truck, come a car, everything together in one. It's been flattened and smoothened out beautifully, ironed out by Ford. So head down to Ford, any of your Ford dealers, and have a go at this model right here. And stay tuned for more from the Speeding Mole, and we will see you in the near future.